on Salvage Hunters at a sprawling antique centre in Shakespeare's country.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Drew can't believe his luck when he uncovers one of the rarest pieces he's seen in his entire career.
It's the best thing I've ever found in an antique centre. Bar none.
Treasure hunting at the UK's biggest silverware factory, Drew's tempted to fork out for some weighty moulds.
Oh, look at that one. Oh, blimey.
Heavier than you think.
Oh.
And at a new interior showroom in God's own country, Drew meets his match with a young dealer who drives a hard bargain.
Meet in the middle then, simple as that, 14.50.
We are getting over 50 quid.
I am. I'm from Yorkshire. What do you expect to do?
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Oh, my word. What on earth have they been doing in here? Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. What a thing.
He's on a hunt for weird and wonderful objects.
My God, this is rare.
He's a jolly chap, isn't he?
He is.
In his search for treasure,
Wow, this is Indiana Jones stuff, isn't it?
Oh, it's just so good.
he bargains hard.
It's a 500 quid gamble, or I'm walking away from it.
And there's nothing he won't buy.
100 quid would do the deal.
Man, I'll have it.
With help from Rebecca
If you compare it to the ones that Drew bought, they're virtually identical.
and a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items, from junk to gems. Drew's perpetual hunt for truly exceptional items takes him all over the UK, visiting all manner of shops, collections and repositories. Whether it's a huge antiques warehouse
There's a lot here, isn't there? Lots. Lots and lots and lots.
or a quirky collection by a single artist, he has to hunt high and low to find those hidden gems.
Wow, that's incredible. Look at that.
This week, the boys' first destination is one of the largest antique centres in the country. It's 180 miles to Long Marston on the outskirts of Stratford-upon-Avon. Famed for being the birthplace of William Shakespeare, who was born here in 1564, the town still retains many buildings from his time. Stratford is a hugely popular tourist destination, and that has helped local businesses boom, including nearby antique centre, The Barn.
Right, today we're off to meet a lady called Laura at the Barn Antique Centre. Been there a while, very well laid out centre. Lot of dealers, quite a large one as well, quite a large centre, this one. And it's been good in the past. The last time I went in there, I bought a really good club fender, which sold immediately. I've got it in, boom, sold straight away. So I'm hoping for something of the same. Anyway, yeah, looking forward to it.
This sprawling maze of buildings houses over 13,000 square feet of antiques, collectibles and curios. Drew's guide and go-between for the other dealers for the day is the barn's owner, Laura Scott.
We love it here. We try and make it unusual as possible for the customers, so there's a real variety of stock. Very much looking forward to Drew and T coming here today. I hope that they like the barn as much as we do and that they find something of interest.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi, are you Laura?
I am indeed.
Lovely to meet you, Drew. I'm
Hello.
T.
Hello
Yeah,
there.
How you doing? Come to have a look round. Can you give us
absolutely.
the full tour?
Of course.
I believe this is your place.
It is indeed, yes.
So tell me all about it then.
Well, I've had this about 10 years. I've actually been here 21 years. Came straight, yeah, 21 years. Came here as a Saturday girl.
What age?
21.
How many people have you got in here?
We've got over 50 dealers here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. We find that we're a great size, so having that amount of people means that we've always got a lot of things in, and we have such a large turnover of stock as well.
Yeah. The trick for me with antique centres, I hate to go to them when there's always like one or two stands of just junk.
Yeah.
Of just rubbish. Don't do that.
No. I would rather have a unit that's empty and backfill it with the dealers that I've got so it looks good than take someone on that I wasn't sure of.
Very good. Well, it shows. It shows as well. First impressions are good. It's very full. It's spotlessly clean, well laid out.
I like it.
Presentation in the antiques business has always been important, but now more than ever.
People expect a lot more.
So that's an incredibly rare thing. What is it?
It's a coin-operated fortune teller. Amazing.
What are the fortunes? What can you have?
You will make a profitable journey.
Oh, we like that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
We'll take that one.
Yeah. What is that? Vintage Bakelite dentist straws, 1940. Well, I've never seen one of those before. An amalgamated dental product made in England. How much is it? God, it's fiddly. 175 quid.
Well, you don't normally look at Bakelite at all.
I know, but how cool is this? Look at it. How much can that be? It's 175. We need a wedge off that one. Will 150 buy it?
150 will buy it.
Thank you very much. A Bakelite dentist's cabinet. Now, if you just want something that sits well on the top of a chest of drawers in your house, that's it. If you've got a fabulous collection of fishing flies, coins, watches, whatever, that's it. An incredibly interesting thing. Whoa, look at this. Who stands this?
This is a husband and wife team. They've got a brilliant eye. Really unusual items that they find.
Yeah. Well, this.
Yes.
Separated at birth.
I collect these.
Do you?
Yeah. I have one of these in my living room. These are extraordinary. I've had one of the hand sections before, and inside these are bronze.
Oh, really?
Here, yeah, with brass, and they articulate, and even the ends of the fingers articulate.
Oh.
Look at that.
That's amazing.
It's one of the best ones I've seen. It's incredibly rare. I don't say rare often because rare is an overused word. It's not scarce. It's not, you know, X, Y, Z. This is rare. These are really hard to find.
Wooden mannequins or lay figures have been an essential tool used by portrait artists from Leonardo da Vinci to Rembrandt since the Renaissance period. A subject's face will be painted, and then a lay figure will be dressed and posed exactly as the artist required. In 1838, the American artist Thomas Sully dressed a lay figure in Queen Victoria's ceremonial clothes to paint them in detail without Her Majesty needing to sit for too long. Lay figures can vary in size and shape, but life-sized examples are incredibly rare. This one is from the 20th century and is in exceptional condition, as many lay figures lose their fingers or entire hands. An extraordinary find. It could be worth around £4,000.
This is an incredible thing. How much is it?
550.
Sold.
There we go. That was easy, wasn't it?
I'm very happy. You made my day.
Oh, well, that's...
So
well, then you've made my day. Look at that.
It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. This is sort of the best one, bar one, that money can buy. My collection of over 20 years is 5. They're that difficult to get hold of.
What is he, pine as well?
It's a mixture of pine and maple and birch, I think. They are one of the most sort of enigmatic things in the antiques business. They're highly desirable around the world, and they're very valuable. That's the job. You get lucky some days, and today's one of those days. Sensational thing, very, very good price. I'd have paid an awful lot more, not that that matters at all. My God. Do you know, that's the last thing I expected to find in an antique centre. That should be in a museum or in a New York 5th Avenue antique shop.
Or in the corner of your room.
Or in the corner of my living room, because that's where it's going.
That's the good thing about antique centres. You never know what you'll find.
That's just extraordinary.
Do you want to have a sit down?
I'm a bit overcome, really. God. It's the best thing I've ever found in an antique centre. Bar none. Staggering. Staggering. I've got a collector who will bite my hand off for it if I decide to sell it. So we will just have to see what we're going to do with it. But I'm very, very happy to own it. That's great as well. Early 20th century, or late 19th century, early 20th century, industrial furniture.
Yeah.
This is an unusual one. I've not seen this before. This is correct. They're asking 335. What can they do on that?
300.
300.
Drew's at an antique centre near Stratford-upon-Avon, Shakespeare's country, and he's making much ado about something.
I'm a bit overcome, really.
To buy or not to buy has not been the question for Drew, who's just made one of the best purchases of his career and is now mid-deal for a Victorian industrial stool.
They're asking 335. What can they do on that?
300.
300. Sold. Yeah, I'll take it. These are good people, aren't they?
Yeah, they're brilliant. They say they've got a fabulous eye for
They are
things.
good.
Unusual eye.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Isn't that wonderful?
What is
Yeah.
it?
It's a scoreboard.
For what?
Don't know.
Anything you want.
Dominoes? Dominoes, maybe? 135 quid.
120.
Sold. Really like that. These guys are on it. So what does that say? Beethoven, 1916. 110.
100.
You're getting tighter on your prices. That's what's going on. You know that, don't you? Your percentage is going down. Yes, yes. Take that as well.
Along with the Beethoven bust, Drew's bought a Victorian height-adjustable industrial stool and a vintage scoreboard with abacus, not to mention the lay figure, all from the same dealer.
4 things, 1 stand, all fabulous. They've got it. I could wander the country for a year and not find a lay figure. And I could wander around for a few days and not buy 4 things I could buy on that 1 stand. Amazing. Right, I suppose we better carry on after you.
Okay.
Lead us through, please. So much to see.
There's loads.
Barn Antique Centre is turning into something really rather special today. Harrods brush, £10. Tea. Gotta have that.
Yeah.
Sold.
Okay.
That's for doing pelmets. Walking along your pelmet like that to clean your pelmet. If I put it like that, have I got a hairstyle?
Yeah.
Like that. I like that. Look, I've got a hair. I like that, yeah. Just for that alone, I'm buying that. Yeah. It's exciting to be in here because there's so many really interesting, like, meaty stuff in here, you know, good things.
They're lovely. Now, do you know,
Am I 15 stone?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
we think they may be out.
I bloody hope they are. Laura and people who work with her here have got this place very right. Very right. They've just nailed it. I thought that was a fake when I first walked in. These were copied in the 90s, right? Heavily copied by the tens of thousands. These are from around 1800 to 1810, English. So that's going to have to go to Neville if I was considering buying that.
And I can tell you that that's come from the manor house at Cleve Prior.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Regency period, wrought iron, reeded bench, circa 1820. Well, there you go, he's not wrong.
This Regency garden bench is over 200 years old and comes with the provenance of having once been in the gardens of a local manor house. The ironwork has reeded details, which refers to the decorative way the metal has been formed into thin strips. Over the centuries, it suffered some damage. Each leg should have a splayed, flattened foot, but 4 are missing. It will need significant restoration work, but once complete, could be worth around £2,750.
He's got 600 quid on it. Can I give him 500 quid?
It's going to be 520 on that.
520 for 20 quid. I'm not going to argue over 20 quid, I'll take it.
Perfect.
When I first glanced at it, I thought, oh, it's one of those repros from the 90s. And then I sort of looked again. I'd walked past it, I looked at the foot, and I thought, oh, my word, it's a real one. These are very desirable. Very, very desirable items. Hard to get hold of and getting harder to get hold of.
This is the best buying we've ever done in an antique centre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bar none. Bar, like, none. Nothing's come close to this.
The Barn Antique Centre. Well, didn't see that coming. The clear and obvious highlight of the day is the lay figure. It's just such an exceptional find that it really just made me think there is still rare stuff coming fresh to the market for the very first time that's just been found. It's still out there, and that is exciting.
It's been fabulous having Drew and T here today. Learned a lot, which is always nice. I'm so pleased that he's come here and found some items and found it really interesting. So I think it's been a good day all round.
Well, that was spectacularly good for a number of reasons.
Are you happy with your lay figure by any chance?
It proves, you know, that the adage of going to antique centres works, right? Because you never know what you're going to get. And what happened today? Bought something, you know, incredible. A remarkable find and a remarkable centre. Well done, Laura.
Inspired by their truly exceptional finds in Stratford, a few days later the boys are back on the road in the hope of finding more extraordinary items. This time they're driving 120 miles to Sheffield. And where better to dig for hidden treasure than the silverware factory that manufactures a range of items from photo frames to cutlery.
So today we're off to see some people called Cars Silver. We've been up here to how many cutlery places. They've been a rich sort of hunting ground for us, but this one is one of grander establishments there. So as usual with any sort of large old manufacturing, there's a few choice bits that we could get out of there. Cars are all about the craftsmanship of the pieces, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing close up.
Sheffield is a city synonymous with the metal industry and is famed for its production of metalwork and silverware. It was a trade that really took off, thanks in no small part to a local engineer, Thomas Bolsover. In 1746, he discovered that when heated, copper and silver can be fused together, creating what we now know as silver plate. Bolsover's discovery caused a sensation, as for the first time, silverware wasn't just a privilege of the wealthy elite. Today, Sheffield still holds a reputation for producing some of the world's finest silverware, thanks to factories like Cars Silver. Dave Walsenholm is one of their expert craftsmen.
Cars is Britain's biggest silverware manufacturer, probably Europe's biggest silverware manufacturer. We sell cutlery in our own shop in Harrods. We also make a lot of silver picture frames and silver plated picture frames. The processes we use are still based on the old-fashioned crafts, the way things were made hundreds of years ago. We're looking forward to Drew and T coming around today. I'm sure there'll be lots of interesting things for them to see and experience, and hopefully something for him to buy as well. Welcome to Cars.
Are we? You okay?
Yeah, very good. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Let's have a look around.
We've got plenty to show you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Now, we've been to a lot of this type of factory all over in and around Sheffield. This one is like the daddy of them all.
Wow.
These are our current working stock.
Wow, this is Indiana Jones stuff, isn't it? Factories have always made money for me. You know, traditionally, I've gone in there and we've cleared huge quantities of tables, chairs, lamps. Table knife, Jesmond table knife.
Nice pattern, Jesmond.
But there's also an edge here that they do produce very beautiful, decorative, expensive objects as well.
So, that's a cutlery blank that's just punched out of a piece of sheet. But what Jason's doing is actually knocking the patterns into the shanks.
OK, these are the moulds for it. What do you call that?
These are dies and forces.
So what?
Dies go in the bottom,
Yeah.
forces go in the top.
How long does one of them last?
It depends. Theory, forever.
Yeah. But
There can be faults in the material that you'll find out after 1,000 and that whole thing will crack. Now we've got something for you to look at to buy, if you like.
all right, okay.
Excellent. So, you were asking how long dies last and what happens when dies get broken. The die dies, it goes to the die cemetery.
Oh, look at that one. Oh, blimey.
Heavier than you think.
Oh, look at that.
That's cut out by hand.
Is it?
Yeah, from a solid piece of steel. Even the foam is cut into it by hand.
Wow, what a thing.
They're beautiful things just to have.
It's a hell of a doorstop, isn't it?
It is.
Your door will never shut again. You'll have no problem with it working as a doorstop.
I didn't realise they were done by hand either.
Yeah. Fish serving fork. That's what that is.
How did the fish use the cutlery?
With the fins. How do you think they use the cutlery?
So Dave leads us to a place right at the back of the factory underneath the staircase there, and it's full of unused and damaged presses and dies. Decorative objects, they're very beautiful. They're also nice to handle and they have a great weight to them. Once I'd brought 2 or 3 or 4 out, it became obvious that the nicest thing and the best thing to do with these is just put a tiny collection together and sell them as one. That one's got somebody's name engraved on it.
All die sinkers put the names on.
Yeah, it is. It's a hell of a skill.
Fraser Williams,
Yeah.
he's in the next room.
Is he?
He is.
These cutlery dies are hand-carved out of a special steel, hardened with carbon alloys. Known as tool-grade steel, it's much tougher than standard steel. The dies need to be incredibly strong to hold their shape whilst the cutlery is stamped out. In Drew's eyes, pieces like this can have numerous practical or decorative uses, from doorstops to bookends, or as a collection of small sculptures. Sold together, they could be worth around £240.
Today, what's its retail value as just that piece in a shop? 25 quid. That's probably what it's worth as a retail thing. So I need to be buying that for a tenner.
Drew and T are enjoying a private tour of Cars Silver, a huge factory in Sheffield manufacturing silverware.
Oh, look at that one.
Drew's been offered some discarded steel cutlery dies, which he thinks will appeal to his customers as decorative works of art.
Today, what's its retail value as just that piece in a shop? 25 quid. That's probably what it's worth as a retail thing. So I need to be buying that for a tenner.
Yes, I'm happy at that.
Yeah, OK. 80 quid.
Happy days.
Happy days. Thank you very much.
Before they look at the next item for sale, Drew wants to say a quick thank you to the craftsman who made one of his dies, Fraser Williams.
I think I've just bought something of yours out there.
Probably.
Have I?
Yeah, one of your old dies.
Have I? Yeah, oh, that's brilliant. We never get to meet the people who actually make this stuff, so that's great, yeah. So you sign all your work?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I would too.
Today, Fraser's busy carving out a new die for their latest range of cutlery.
Are you really doing that by hand?
Yes. Yeah, with hammer and chisels, scrapers, griffles.
Nobody's made that before.
No.
That shank there, nobody's made that before.
God. Well, you're indispensable then, aren't you?
Well, I'm the only one. And
I'd ask for a pay rise if I were you.
Can have 2.
Right, we better leave you to it.
OK, thank you.
Let's carry on.
Bye.
See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Next up is the polishing shop. The company creates around 500 pieces every day, and each one is hand-polished to give a flawless mirror finish.
And they're never going to be as clean as that ever again?
Never, ever, ever.
Never, ever.
Never, ever again. You cannot clean it like a polishing spindle does.
Beautiful. Wow.
In addition to the cutlery, the company produces other silver and silver-plated pieces.
So these are the resin jigs that we use for polishing picture frames. So we make a resin jig exactly of the inside of the picture frame, which you can then put your picture frame on and polish away. So these are some older ones from frames that we don't do anymore.
They're lovely, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like blank mirrors.
Yeah.
That's nice. See that
Yeah.
little one down there?
Um,
Oh, great, look at that. There's something about having a mirror that's not a mirror.
That you
But
can't see
that's-
anything.
Yeah, that's so strange.
Each of these jigs has been produced to polish just one style of frame. An identical pattern is embossed into the resin so that the front of the frame without its backing can sit perfectly on top, allowing the intricate detailing of the silver to be polished without causing dents and imperfections. Drew thinks they could work particularly well hung together as an unusual decorative display. Sold as a collection, they could be worth around £200.
Tenner each?
They're worth more than a tenner each, to be perfectly honest with you. They are. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 100 quid for the 4.
Fine.
Is that all right?
Sold.
Is that fair?
Yep.
Yeah. Dave says 40 quid. It's not really fair. Give him 100 quid for the 4. I'm making money on them anyway. I'm going to make some money on them. It's just, today is just leaving a really good taste in the mouth. It's showing what Britain does so well, which is making things with our hands better than anybody else on the planet. We still do it.
Last stop of the day is the engraving workshop, where Dave has a little treat in store.
So,
Oh, hello.
Ah, you cheeky monkey. Oh, look at that.
there you go.
Oh, Dave, you gentleman, thank you very
birthday.
much. Carl's Silver in Sheffield today has been, honestly, a joy. Got a friendly family atmosphere to the place. I'll have to buy him some business cards now.
Yeah.
I have had a great day, thank you very
It's been
much.
fantastic.
And then you realise just how big it is and how important they are to our silver trade in this country. I've seen things here today that are going to Hong Kong, America, going into Harrods. Where else are you going to get that? Purchases today, interesting, odd, strange, one-off, small collections that you can't get anywhere else.
We've had a thoroughly enjoyable day. It's always nice to show somebody around the factory. It's things that we see every day. They're not unusual to us. It's lovely to be appreciated as a craftsman and for somebody to come round and see everything that we do. A good time had by all.
There you go, well, that was good.
It was.
I enjoyed Carl's Silver immensely. Superb. Lovely people.
Yes, and it's always interesting going places like that, isn't it?
Well, you learn something new. I think that's whenever you go somewhere like that, you're gonna learn something, and I did. I learned a lot, to be perfectly honest with you.
As they're up in God's own country, the boys have decided to visit an old friend and are heading 80 miles north to Malton. This picturesque market town has become known as the food capital of Yorkshire and is home to numerous award-winning restaurants and producers, selling everything from ice cream to home-brewed beer. Housed in a converted chapel in the heart of the town is Tall Boy Interiors, which is run by an up-and-coming antique dealer that Drew has met before.
Today we are off to see Matt. Do you remember Matt Tallboy?
Oh, yeah.
Tallboy Interiors.
Yeah.
Do you remember he was in sort of a coaching shed, basically, wasn't he, by the side of the road? Very beautiful shed, but a shed nonetheless. Matt. Drew. Hello, mate. How are you?
Very well, nice to meet you.
I see where you get the Tallboy from.
That's it, yeah, we're obvious. See, how you doing?
When Drew last visited, 22-year-old Matt had a small space in Leeds, specialising in an eclectic mix of decorative pieces.
Well, there's some nice little bits. I like the little Buddha head. How much is that one, by the way?
£80.
£80. Well, I'll have that.
All right, that's very good, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Start first in, that sounds good.
Well, now, 5 years later, he has got an old chapel in Malton, which is a very wealthy area of Yorkshire.
We did very well last time, if I remember correctly.
Now relocated to a much larger showroom, Tallboy Interiors has an expanded range of stock from 18th century furniture through to modern-day artwork and lighting. Each piece is carefully selected by the tall boy himself, Matt Dixon.
5 years have passed. It's fair to say a lot has changed. I buy and sell antique furniture from all across the UK and into Europe. I like to keep it interesting, so I don't just get stuck with one style. Yeah, absolutely looking forward to seeing Drew and T today. Hopefully they see the progression we've made and they see they like it. I'm excited to show them the building, which is an amazing 1815 chapel, just to give them a real feel for where we've gone over the last 5 years, because I'm rather pleased with it.
Here it is, look at this.
God, this is a
Very
change, isn't
impressive.
it?
Good windows, very important. Young Matt's come up in the world.
Yes.
Amazing. Right then, here we go. Matt.
Drew, how
are you?
I'm very well. And you?
Good.
How you
Not
again?
bad.
How you keeping?
I'm very well.
When we last saw you, you were in an old coaching house.
Yes.
Was that right?
That is right.
Beautiful building.
It was.
The mix of stuff now is very, very different.
It is. I mean,
Very different.
Yeah.
It's not like anything you were doing in the past at all. So you've got a lot of new stuff in here as well. What's all this about? Tell me about this.
Okay, so now we're a retail showroom. The core will always be antiques. It always is going to be antiques. I'm never going to get away from antiques. I love antiques. But we have to cater for all the market. So we now sell homewares in addition to
So it's a lifestyle. So this is a different way of dealing in antiques.
I would say so. It's more about interior design. Is
More
how I see
interior
it.
design.
So
Right, okay.
everything's antique. Every bit of furniture you see, there's no reproduction. There's nothing, you know, poorly made. It's all proper antique or mid-century furniture. And the homewares, again, are all properly made pieces. And again, they suit interiors.
He's going down the route of interior design, decoration, and lifestyle, and that's what he wants to do. And I can't tell you enough how important that is. There are no rules to the antiques trade. There's none. It's very smart, this young man.
It is.
Thank you.
How old are you now, Matt?
26 now.
Oh my God.
We're nearly 27.
Oh my,
but,
you're
you know,
exactly half my age.
Oh, that's, you know.
My driving licence is older than you. That's a worry, isn't it?
Oh my God, it really is, isn't it? It takes a massive amount of work to get here. He's still only 26. It's incredible, really. Wish I was 26. Tell me about this table. Can we just uncover it a little bit? Because I can't really see it.
I can uncover.
Have you cleaned it?
We've waxed
and polished it.
Just waxed it. Nothing more than that. Literally just to give it a clean and feed the wood. Take this off in. You can see the top.
If you're right with that, which...
Put it down either way. So, arts and crafts in appearance. I think it's where it started later, like 1910, 1920. Oak, as far as I can tell. All nicely jointed and literally just, you know, solid as a rock. Nice console table or desk. Just I think, a really smart piece of furniture, to be honest.
The rug behind them is very nice as well. What I need to know is whether or not I can use it as a desk, because it's useless otherwise. It's definitely got the right look. The top is one great big slab of oak with a particularly gnarled corner, which you can see people have been rubbing it because it's gone a slightly different colour. It's a little bit loose, but it's a good colour, and it's an ideal desk.
Made in the early 20th century, this desk or table is typical of the arts and crafts movement. It has a distinctive utilitarian look, with a linear form and no carvings, embellishments, or ornamentation to the timber. Instead of 4 legs, it has 2 solid trestle ends, joined together by a low stretcher. A functional yet elegant piece. It could be worth around £900.
Price-wise, it was $750. It can be $650.
It's a little bit pricey. Can it be 5.5?
No, sorry. I'll be pushed at 600, but that is honestly the death. I'm not making much on that, but I'm happy to move it on.
You making money though?
A little bit. Enough.
Enough?
Enough to, you know, buy your lunch, if you like. Just.
OK, all right, let me think about it. And the rug behind, how much is that?
Trade on it is $950. I don't know if you'll see much out of that, to be honest, but it's an impressive one.
Yeah. It's just very, very nice. It's just an attractive...
It's a good one. It's a good one.
This rug dates from the early 20th century, possibly from Afghanistan. It's a kilim rug, a word of Turkish origin, which describes its flat weave texture. Measuring at 3 meters by 2 meters, it's a good size and still retains its vibrant colours. It could be worth around £1,250.
Every good room starts with either a good chimney piece or a good rug, and that's a really good starting place. It centres everything and you can build out from there. It's like the sort of the basic building blocks of a good interior. 1,400 quid for the 2.
At the aptly named Tall Boy Interiors, Drew is mid-deal for 2 pieces, an arts and crafts desk and an early 20th century kilim rug. He's already negotiated the desk down to £600, but owner Matt wants £950 for the rug, bringing the total for the pair to £1,550.
1,400 quid for the two.
I don't mind being pushed a little bit.
Come on, you're a dealer now.
Right, okay, I'll meet in the middle then. Simple as that. 14.50. Again, I'm seeing enough out
over
of
50 quid.
I am. I'm from Yorkshire. What do you expect to do?
1,450 quid.
Yeah.
Sold.
Lovely. Thank you, Drew.
This is a bit of me. Obviously, you know, I love these things.
Yes, yeah, well, I thought of you when I saw that, Drew, to be honest.
I've been selling them forever.
Yeah.
I think they're very attractive. It's not in bad condition. It's got an eye missing. Do the legs screw out of it?
They do, yeah. You can see on the underside. It's got numbers as well.
Yeah,
cool. Which I thought
there you go. So it's a nice one.
Yeah.
I like it when it's like that. Yeah, lovely. It's late 19th century. Hardwood throughout with bone, tusks and eyes. Really good. Exactly the sort of thing I'm after. Flip it over. It's got lovely paper labels underneath it as well. Really interesting. Just makes it so a little bit better. Just adds a little bit to the saleability. Right. Right, so what's that going to cost me then, Matt?
To you, Drew, that one can be 400.
Yeah, 400 quid, sold.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that.
Marvellous.
That'll be a shock in the warehouse, wouldn't it? What's Drew bought? The elephant thing. Really?
I love elephants. I've always bought them. I've always had elephants on the website, elephants in the shop. I've got elephants in the house.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. I just really like them. I think they're just wonderful creatures, and in a house, they just set a mood. Right then, let's get loaded up.
Sorted.
A fantastic day with Matt. Malton is a very, very beautiful town. He's got this fabulous showroom in here. The boy's moved on. He has gone, you know, onwards and upwards. I look forward to coming back to see him in another 5 years. We probably own half the town by then. Unsurprisingly, I bought an elephant side table. Love these things, can never have enough. I think the most I ever had in the shop was 11 or 12 at one time. At the moment, I've got 2, 3 now. The arts and crafts sort of slab-sided desk, that should sell well. It's not too big. If you've got a small home office, it's nice for that, so it's perfect for flats. And then the rug. Great. I would happily have that at home.
It's been great to see Drew and T again. I'm really pleased with what they bought. Dealing with Drew was straightforward, which is great. There's a little bit of negotiation on the prices, but that's to be expected. But yeah, pleased that we can do some deals, and I think he's happy with what he got, and I'm sure he'll do well with them.
All right, sorted?
Sorted, yeah.
Marvellous.
Good to see you again, Matt.
Yes, cheers, guys. Nice to see you both.
We'll see you in another 5 years.
5 years, sounds fine.
See you later.
Cheers, guys.
Take care.
See you later.
Well, there you go. Matt's doing well.
Yeah, great place.
I worry he's doing too much. But he's young. I suppose when you're young and you can have a go at everything, he's not afraid. I mean, I've gone in cycles. I was really interested in architectural antiques, then garden antiques, then chimney pieces, Gothic revival, arts and crafts. I mean, I went through all of these different things, and you end up sort of falling into one that just fits. But that's taken 20 plus years to sort of be happy in my own skin doing what I'm doing. And maybe that's what he needs to do.
He's enjoying it, though.
Yeah, he's clearly making money out of it as well.
It's been an incredibly successful week on the road, and Drew has bought some truly exceptional pieces. But there's one item in particular that needs a lot of work before it's ready to be sold. At his forge in Glanconwy, expert blacksmith Ned Morris is about to get started on his latest restoration project. He's been tasked with the job of giving the Regency garden bench that Drew picked up at the barn a new lease of life, whilst retaining all of its original features.
It's a sweet little thing, really is. Any repairs that go into this, we don't want it to take away from the look of the bench. And the main thing, it can take mine and Drew's weight at the same time.
To make sure they can both sit on it, Nev has to make 4 new feet from scratch. First, he needs to remove around 200 years worth of rust and dirt from one of the remaining feet to reveal its original pattern.
The rust and the paint over the years takes this detail away, and as soon as you start cleaning them, ping, it comes back. So you can see you've got these sort of 4 ribs, yeah? And that was totally hidden.
Now he knows what they look like, Nev can start making the new feet.
Got a lovely convex bar of iron here, yeah? And it's the perfect thing to use for the feet on this. The rest of the bench is iron, so are the replacement parts. Gonna last so much longer. So, I'm gonna get this hot.
Nev's forge is burning at around 1,800 degrees Celsius. This extreme heat softens the iron enough for him to be able to shape it.
Bingo!
He now needs to recreate the shell-like detailing. He's made a mould by gouging out grooves in another piece of metal.
So you can see this fuller sinking in. What it's doing is it's pushing the metal the other side into that groove. Right, got to put the 90-degree bend in now. We get it hot, whop it in the vise, and smack it over.
He might be making it sound simple, but it's decades of experience that enable Nev to know how hard to hit the metal without losing the detail that he's just created.
So look. Yeah, looks well at home, well at home. This foot is going to fit to the back, and I am well happy with that. By the time I've made the 4th replacement, it's going to look even more, you know, original. But yeah, can't complain at that.
It takes Nev 2 more hours to make another 3 feet, using the exact same method. He then welds them all into position.
One final thing, finish. So basically, clean it off, get it painted, and then age it, and it should look stunning.
Nev begins the painstaking process of removing all the old rust, and will then paint and finish it to Drew's exacting standards. A few days later, the finished bench has pride of place on the shop floor in Conwy.
It was just ruined, basically. It was in a terrible state, and then I gave it to Nev. What can I say? You know, the quality of the piece has come through. It's now in ready-to-go condition. I keep saying it, I've said it before, the man's a genius. To be the best at something is something that rarely happens in life. Nev is the best at what he does, and we are so lucky to have him around, because he does stuff like this for me. Incredible.